Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. If you're new on this channel, you are very much welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. If you watch my video, the previous video that I have posted last week, you will know that I am in New York and I have been enjoying myself. I gave a very beautiful African American history because I've been exploring and trying to find answers to so many questions. One question specifically that I got to address on my previous video is why African Americans are seeking to occupy and acquire land in South Africa, especially in the rural South Africa. By the way, I'm showing you guys this beautiful hotel where I slept in New York, just in the middle of Manhattan, close to everything, so very central and very convenient. I really enjoyed here. The view was wonderful. It was a blessing to wake up to this every morning. I really enjoyed it. So guys, as we continue, I'm still in the United States and I am going to take another trip now. I'm going towards Pennsylvania, where I'm going to discuss another issue that concerns us, people who are living in the rural areas of South Africa, who are trying to find answers, compare, because sometimes you have to do research to be able to find answers to developments that we are trying to do in the rural areas. We have to see what others are doing. So I'm headed to Pennsylvania because I just want to take you guys to rural America, to rural Pennsylvania, so that you can see what other people are doing. And then what can we do? I'm talking about big and small scale farming because that's what we're going to concentrate on today. If you're new on this channel we talk about everything lifestyle, from traveling to way of living, but we concentrate more on rural development in South Africa. I try by all means to showcase the beauty of South Africa to the world and showcase the infrastructure developments that have happened in the rural areas, especially the economy that is booming and opportunities for employment or to start a business in the rural South Africa. So if you are here and you are new, this is what we talk about. I am also from the rural areas of South Africa. That's what I do. So I'm on the road to Pennsylvania. My brother has come to pick me up with his partner and his son, and then we are just headed there together with my husband. We are going to Pennsylvania to explore further for you guys. I've been enjoying the trips that I've been taking in America and I love taking you guys with me. So join me as we travel towards Pennsylvania. We're going to pass Philadelphia before we get into the rural areas, or I can say the countryside as Americans always say it, but I always call it the rural part of America because where I'm taking you, it is got an element that when you are looking at us as people who are living in South Africa in the rural areas, you can easily compare your life with. I'm trying to make sure that I compare what can be easily compared so that you can be able to learn from that. So my researches are very basic and are always looking at something that people can relate to. So let's just go to Pennsylvania and I'll be taking you guys through a lot. We have a lot to learn. We are passing the beautiful Philadelphia. This city is very beautiful on its own and there's so much going on. It's a very big city. Well, I'm coming from a big city in New York, but this is also big. As we cross to the countryside, we are just trying to find answers to how can we be able to develop our rural areas in South Africa in comparison to what other people are doing in other countries who are living in the rural areas. I am in Pennsylvania. I am around Oxford, Pennsylvania, which is an area that is very country, and then we find a lot of Amish families that are living here. The reason why I came here is because I know for sure that people who are around here, they are considered backward. by Americans because of their way of living. They are still living the same way as we are living in the rural parts of South Africa. As we pass the fields, the plowing fields, it reminds me of home. I'm really getting homesick right now. But anyway, guys, this part of America is located around in Pennsylvania, closer to Lancaster, Oxford, Pennsylvania, and somewhere around Westchester, Pennsylvania. So we're crossing over in the Amish farms. Amish people have a way of living which is different from any other American. As much as they are Americans and they are, well, I would say white Americans, but they have a way of living which is very considered primitive. And some other houses don't even have electricity because they never wanted to have electricity for some other reasons. So when I used to live around here, I used to be fascinated by the fact that people will have big houses, double-story houses, but they will light a candle at night because they didn't want to have electricity. It was so amazing. So I decided to come back here and take you guys, my village gang, so that you can see how other people are living. And there's nothing wrong with us living in the rural areas because we have so much that we can offer. I'm bringing you guys here because I want to show you how other people utilize their land, small or big. We have large homesteads with plowing fields in rural South Africa, especially black areas where people are living in the villages. Each household has a plowing field, but some other plowing fields are not being used because people are becoming very lazy. And we are complaining about employment, we are complaining about poverty and so many things. So I'm taking you guys here so that we can see how families, when they work together, what can come out. This is a typical farm owned by an Amish family, and I just want to show you guys how a family work together for the good of everybody. Actually, even creating employment for people who are living around them. This is their farm. I came closer to this farm. I was even embarrassed to drive so many times around here because I kept on driving back and forth so that I can show you all angles of this farm. So I'm on another angle here. As you can see, there are cows, the beautiful cows on the right hand side. And then when we passed first time, I showed you and I just made a freeze of the plowing fields when they were still plowing. So now they are back at home and this is what they use. Isn't this looking familiar? Because this is how we do it in our rural areas. This is how we plow our fields. You call this primitive, but look how big these farms are. And people work so hard. They wake up in the morning every single day and they work their farms. I am going to also show you how self-sufficient the Amish people are, how they utilize their farms for their own benefit and their family benefit. I'm going to take you guys to show you how their economy structure is looking like and how do they make money, because sometimes we complain about employment but everything is just at our disposal. We have land, we have resources, we can plow anytime. It's just a matter of putting seeds on the ground and wait until everything comes up, and then we can be able to make money for our families and then start creating employment and grow. So I'm taking you guys to an Amish farm. I have spoken a lot on my channel about being self-sufficient as farmers in the rural South Africa. Now I'm going to show you what being self-sufficient means, creating your own economy, creating your own employment and not relying on anybody else. So we are at the Amish farm. There is a lot that this farm can offer and is offering. So families come here after plowing and cultivating, they come and sell. And they sell as families, and they've created a very beautiful structure where everybody else is able to come and buy from their own so that they can support each other. So we are just going to have a tour of the farm, and I'm going to show you guys from everything that they are selling, things that we can do in our rural South Africa. I mean, I am so impressed by the way these people have created an economy of their own and they're able to even attract people like us who are coming as tourists to come and see what they are doing by their hands, from craft to plowing things to making sure that they preserve some other things that they're using, which other people are calling them primitive, because we have a lot in common. The Amish families are very family based, like us in the rural areas. Then they value their families, they value everything that is about their rural areas. They've been able to preserve and maintain the ways of living and not tampering with their ways of living, and not having America affecting the way of living. So we are in an Amish farm right now. It's a farm market, and all of these things that you see are the things that they produce themselves from their plowing fields, cultivated and brought into the market. So it's so impressive. I really love this, and I'm going to take you through the tour and then we're going to talk. By the way, if you do not know of Amish people in America, this is just not a uniform. This is how they dress. They are traditional ways of dressing. Women and men dressed in a certain way, like we do in the rural areas. If you are coming from Zululand, you wear isicholo and you wear ibai. This is what you see here with their heads that you see on their heads. This is how the Amish people dress. And according to whether you are a woman or a man, there's a certain way of dressing, and they wear long dresses all the way down. So call it primitive, but this is the way they live, and they value everything that is about their culture. Similar to us, I'm not comparing something that is incomparable, but this is how we are living as rural people in South Africa. So anyway guys, I'm in the market and I'm showing you how the market is like, and I hope you guys are going to really enjoy and find inspiration throughout all of this, because I just wanted to come and bring you guys here so that you, if you are a village person, you're coming from the rural areas, you do not feel inferior just because most South Africans in the cities make you feel inferior. We are worth a lot, and there's so much we can offer. I'm just going to take you through the tour, and you might identify things that we use actually in our own rural areas as I'm taking you through the tour. remind you guys, most of the things that they are selling here, they are made by their hands, whether it's craft or whether it is things that they plow in and cultivate in their fields. They come and sell here, package them nicely, and come and sell here. This is what again we call being self-sufficient. I'm just going to show you guys something that you can relate to, and then you're gonna tell me, am I comparing apples and something, or am I comparing something that is comparable? Just watch this, because some other people have never seen this happen in South Africa. But look at this, a white person on their knees, they are scrubbing the floor. This is what the Amish people do, because their culture and their ways of living are not subscribed by the American standard. They are who they are, and they have never compromised themselves. I'm taking you outside now of the things that they create by hand, things that they are making, and things that they're selling. These are the containers, what you call the welly houses, that they sell, and people use them as an outside tool house, or also it can be for living, or like a one bedroom, like a maid's quarter or something like that, as we do at home. These are the things that they sell. So everything they do by their hands, and they work as families to make sure that they create their own economy. I'm very, very impressed about their way of living, and I felt like I need to take you guys here because it's so relatable. Because these people, some of them, they would never went to school to a certain level that is the highest level of schooling, but they have been able to make sure that they grow their own economy, and all of them are employed, and they are always helping each other and making sure that they sustain each other as families. How nice is this? We can do this, guys. We can do it in the rural areas. So you're gonna keep on watching, but thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciated the tour with you guys. I'm sure you might have learned something, and I have learned something. I have learned a lot, and I'm taking with me home, and I hope you guys have taken something. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for joining me. Please do go and watch the previous video, because it has a lot to say about the questions that people have been asking. Why African Americans all of a sudden they are just interested in moving into the rural areas of South Africa? Why are they? There are so many reasons people move into the rural areas, like we do, moving from the cities to the rural areas. So are the African Americans seeking hope and seeking a better way of living in the African continent where they are originally from. So sometimes we have to try and find ways to unite and be people of one goal, because that's what we need to do as Africans, be able to see each other in a different way. I'm not going to preach on this video, but thank you guys for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of the video.